Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the Dirty Balls podcast. I'm Ethan Benfield here with my two co-hosts. And today we have an interview, and we are already here with them. It is Matt Whatley. Say hello to everybody out there in podcast land.
All five of them.
What's up, everybody in podcast land?
So, Jennifer would be here, but she's got an abscessed tooth, and she looks like Popeye right now. So, yeah, she didn't want to be on the show. But she says hello.
That's okay. Hi, Jennifer.
First of all, Matt, I want to say congratulations on your wedding.
Sucker.
Thank you.
Congratulations or condolences, whichever are in order. But no, seriously, congratulations, man.
I'll go with the congratulations.
Okay, all right.
I appreciate it.
Especially if she's watching right now, then definitely go with that. So, how you been holding up? Are you doing good?
Good, yeah. Trying not to go stir crazy during this quarantine, but hopefully baseball will get started back up.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah, and we got nothing but hope that we're gonna finally get this season going. And I'm just gonna move up here and move the cursor out of here.
Oh, my God, you're so gay.
He's got to do that every video.
There we go. Because you can't have the cursor in the. That's amateur hour.
It's his thing, man.
So, what have you been doing during quarantine?
Well, the first couple of weeks, actually not a lot of people know this, I had emergency surgery March 1st.
Oh, wow.
I spent 2 weeks in the hospital, so right when I got out of the hospital, I came home, been healing up from that, and just doing my rehab stuff to kind of get back in shape and all that kind of
All
stuff.
right. Well, you look good. You barely be able to tell that you had anything.
Say the rehab going good, I take it?
Yeah, everything's good. It ended up being an emergency abdominal surgery. I had an inch of my small intestine removed and my appendix. So,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
yeah, it was pretty crazy. It kind of all hit, like super quick, and it was a long 2 weeks.
Wow.
Well, we're glad you're doing well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, not that it's a good thing, but I guess it kind of really happened at a good time for you professionally. You're not really missing any games because of it, because the whole world's missing games.
So it was crazy. I thought I was going to miss like probably around 8 weeks of the season.
Wow.
But when season comes around, I won't miss any. I'll be at full go whenever baseball starts back up. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise, which has been nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome.
Well, we got a couple of questions that were sent in, and then we also got our own stuff. So do you want to start with the questions that were sent in, or you want to move on to that?
Well, let's say, since you've been in quarantine, we've asked Chase Velo and we've asked Bubba Thompson.
So far, both no.
So, yeah, so far knows. So, have you watched The Tiger King on Netflix?
I have watched The Tiger King.
Finally!
I'm from Oklahoma. He's from Oklahoma.
That's right.
So don't judge us Oklahoma people off what you see in The Tiger King.
So let me ask you, in your professional opinion as an athlete, this is something I want to hear from one of y'all. Did Carol Baskin kill her husband?
Oh, Ethan, I don't know.
Hey, did she use fish oil?
Where did you vote?
Porter, I guess.
Did you vote for
That's
Joe?
your answer.
Yeah, did you vote for Joe?
Did you vote for Joe for governor?
I did not vote for Joe. I didn't vote for Joe. Hey, funny story. My dad used to work for Pepsi. Has actually delivered products to Joe's exotic wildlife stuff.
Really?
So my dad is like met him and all that kind of stuff. He said he's just as crazy in person as he is.
All right, well, you've given us our clickbait title, so thank you.
Yeah. So we know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Sweet.
Yeah.
Wow. Like I said, Ethan mentioned, we had some a question from some Facebook from Linda Rhodes Swartz. She wants to know what your thoughts are on the proposed contraction of minor league baseball, the losing of 42 teams possibly.
Yeah, that's tough. I think it's terrible for those communities. I hope at the end of the day those communities can make up for their loss. But hopefully in the end it'll be good for the minor league baseball system. But it's terrible. It's tough, and hopefully those towns will get something close to them where they can enjoy sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes me really hate Manfred.
Yeah.
Well, if you didn't already.
Yeah.
For not giving it really any kind of punishment at all to the Astros. That was the first nail, and then this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we all heard about it, I asked Jennifer, I said, well, be prepared to pack stuff up and move because I'm going somewhere where there's going to be baseball.
I can't live. I can't live
baseball
without
here,
being
yeah.
in close proximity to some baseball.
Right.
Just can't do it.
Isn't Hickory still going to be there?
Yeah.
The Rangers organization's good.
Yeah, the whole.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, we own the Rangers own the two
Yep.
A affiliates, so I think they'll be okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I think the ones that we would miss around here would be Burlington,
West Virginia.
which is
Tell
what
me,
I'm saying
tell
here
me
in North
Asheville's
Carolina.
staying.
Burlington,
Asheville's
which is
staying.
the rookie ball of the Royals,
Okay.
and West Virginia out of the South Atlantic League, and
Seemed like there was another team. In
Lexington.
The South League. Yeah, Lexington.
yeah, so the
Oh,
Royals
I didn't know
would
that.
the Royals would get hit really hard. And here we're going
Speaking
to talk
of-
about the Royals.
Speaking of getting hit very hard, have you seen any more posts inside of dugouts lately?
No, I haven't. I wore it pretty hard for about a month and a half, 2 months, but they have died down. I get I get a few jabs here and there, but other than that,
How
Everyone's
long after that
nice.
how long after that were you getting it from teammates, other teams? Just, I mean, you say you still are getting a few every now and then. So
You just got one.
I just
Yeah,
got one from me.
I got hit really hard first 2 or 3 weeks, and then I kind of stopped hearing about it after being in Arizona. So once I got home, I heard it from my buddies at home, and then after they got their jabs in, everybody else kind of
Well, which ones did you
let
get
it
more
slide,
of? Which ones did you get more of?
What's that?
That, or did you get more jabs from when it was Columbia when you ran into the net?
Oh, for sure the pole. Everyone, the net was like, oh, it's funny, but the pole was like, they smoked me for it, which they had every right to.
Well, you know what's worse than running into a net or running into a pole? Hitting a very important home run and then completely missing home plate. I'd say that's the worst.
Yeah, that's probably a little worse.
But
So,
you
not
know,
him.
Josh Young put that on blast when he was on the show before the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they asked him what was his most memorable moment when he got into professional ball, and that's when he became with the
That's what
team when
he
you guys
named.
were in Greenville, and he didn't really know nobody, and all of a sudden there you go running into a pole, and so yeah, there's a lot of people that know that, but only 6 people are going to see this, but there was a lot of people that heard it on the show before the show.
Hey, don't shortchange
That's all
this
right.
thing. We get a couple hundred views on these interviews.
Yeah, no, it'll get more views than 6. What's good about the pole video, though, is I have a mustache, so when I shave it off, I can kind of fly under the radar.
There
So.
you go.
That's
No.
awesome.
You're the star of a video on my YouTube channel too. There was a bit of a moment in a game against Charleston, which you may or may not remember, involving Anthony Siegler. Any memories on that one?
What was the question again? Sorry, you kind of cut out.
Oh, well, I was saying that you're also the star of a video on my YouTube channel. There was a bit of a moment in a Charleston game where some benches may have been cleared, and you may have been held back from going after a Charleston player. If you
Oh no.
remember anything about that?
I wasn't going out after anybody. I was trying to hold everyone back. I'm a lover, not a
Yeah, I
fighter.
was gonna say, I remember standing over there, at my seat, and I look over, and Matt's holding people back, and I'm like,
That's when we knew.
wait a
That's
minute.
crazy.
Matt's the fiery guy on the team, and he's holding people
I
back.
mean, we've seen you throw bats at the throw a bat and knock down the Gatorade jug, and then you're the one holding people back.
And Shirt was the one
Yeah,
really trying to
I
go.
guess
Oh
I'm a lover,
yeah,
not a
yeah.
fighter.
Apostle was the one really going for it.
I remember him jumping
Yeah,
over the rail.
he's a tough guy to hold back.
I bet so. That was a fun night
That was
to
really
be a fan,
fun.
I
That
gotta
was
say.
really fun. And then we
Yeah,
won
no,
that
there
game.
was fireworks everywhere.
Yeah.
I think during the game and after.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There's a big. I remember there was a big crowd there because it might have been part of the concert series or something. Like there was a big,
I think it was.
there was a like one of those gimmick crowds where it's like a giveaway or a concert or something. It was definitely more than usual.
Minor league nights.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one of the ones that attract more people, the church groups that don't actually watch the game. Those nights.
Oh, I hate those nights. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with Christian music, but as a baseball fan, I hate sitting there listening to people who know nothing about baseball, who aren't watching the game, complain about there being a game before a concert. I'm like, no, there's a concert after the game. Like,
I'm just glad the stands are filled.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true. That's true. Any full stands is a good night.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't matter what kind of energy is there, as long as there's some energy, we'll be okay.
Oh yeah. Do you want to ask about the walk-up music?
Sure. That's my favorite question I like to ask because, music's very important in my life. And have you given any thought to your walk-up music? Because you're one of the players that likes to change it whenever you're feeling that you need to change it. So have you given a thought to what might be your walk-up song this year?
Yeah, actually, so there's a guy from Tulsa. He played at Oklahoma State named Donnie Walton. He put up this song on Facebook, and it's called "I'm From Oklahoma." I cannot remember who it's by, but it's like almost so bad it's good. So I think that'll be what I use.
Well,
You should walk out to one of Joe Exotic's songs.
That would be awesome. Oh my God.
How did I do that?
That'd be a fun thing. Tiger King night. How many minor league teams are going to do that?
Oh
Every
man,
one of them.
you know it.
There's going to be a Carol Baskin and Joe Exotic night throughout all minor leagues.
Those will be the new. Those will be the new superstars.
Jennifer just came around the corner and gave you a thumbs up because she's all about it. She actually has. No, what is that shirt?
No, this is
The Sandlot. Okay, she ordered a couple Joe Exotic shirts and she's been wearing them here. So, but I thought she had one.
I don't know if I'll ever wear a Joe Exotic shirt, but I know there's going to be some Joe Exotic nights.
It'll be fun
Oh, you know
watching
it.
Bird Zerk attack Carol Baskin. That'll be fun.
Oh man.
Wow.
They'll probably have a tiger.
And then she tries to spray sardine oil on his feet or whatever the thing was.
Sardine oil.
Well, I don't know what it was. It was something like that. That's not sardine oil. Is probably not even a real thing. I just put two words together.
Yeah.
Or is it? Okay, good. You laughed at me like I said something wrong.
No.
We
You
always do that.
I mean,
Pull up the next question.
it's a fish. It has oil.
Okay.
I mean,
So you got to play in the Arizona Fall League this year. So how was that for you?
It was awesome. Just being able to play with a bunch of different guys, a bunch of big prospects, kind of getting a different idea of how different organizations are ran, being with different coaches. We only had one, Rangers coach out there,
Right.
but it was a blast, So I'll be forever grateful of my experience out there. And what I was excited about is I was playing well, so I was going to bring it into the 2020 season. So I'm excited to start the season back up and kind of have a newfound confidence, especially after playing out there.
Sweet. What did you think about the computerized strike zone since catcher and doing that for the first time?
Yeah, no, it's tough. I think it kind of takes away a little bit from the game, especially from what I do,
Right.
because because I can steal strikes or whatever, all that kind of stuff. It was an adjustment, but thank goodness I only had to catch one game with the automated strike zone, so
Okay.
I'll take it.
Right.
All right. So one of the questions that we ask everybody, because it's kind of the most basic question you can ask an athlete, is what are your specific goals for the season whenever it finally does get started?
Yeah, well, one is stay healthy, especially after my incident, in early spring training. But really, stay healthy and just stay consistent. And, with that, it's, continue to play hard, but also, I started doing stuff this offseason with, the mental game, is try to start just really implementing that and just try to stay more of, consistent through the baseline and don't ride the lows and don't ride the highs,
kind of flatten the curve.
Right, exactly.
Topical, Jeremy. I like it.
Yeah, flatten the curve for that season.
The breaking ball.
Yeah. But
We should rename this show Interviewing Catchers because it seems like that's been the whole deal.
Well, sitting back where we're at with 108, we become friends and get to know the catchers more than anybody else, it seems like.
Right.
So, yeah.
Catchers are cool people.
Yeah.
I think.
oh yeah, definitely.
You got to get along with a bunch of different personalities. You know, you got your starting pitchers who each have their own personality. You have the bullpen guys, and then you got everybody else. So
You got to deal with
we get along with everybody. So
Question that I
probably
love.
good people to interview.
Question that I love to ask catchers is, do you have any kind of specific funny conversations or talking crap back and forth with batters or with umpires while you're there the whole time?
kind of like in
Kind of like in Major League.
So there's not really like any, like when I'm back there, it's kind of small talk. We had a little not an incident, but like there was a thing in the fall league when it's no secret people use stuff with the baseball, whatever, and I had stuff on my leg, and the pitcher had this stuff on out there, and I gave a ball back, and he's like, "Man, that's some good stuff on there," So he was like, he knew we were using some stuff, and he thought it was hilarious, and thought it was like, he's like, "Man, that's some strong sticky stuff," So it's like they're not idiots, They know people are using it. It's just the only time they're going to check is when like someone asks them to check. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned
That is
sticky
pretty
stuff,
interesting.
and that'll sound weird as a segue, but trust me. I remember one time you gave me a bat after the game, and that bat had so much pine tar on it that George Brett would probably say it was a little much. Like, is that because you don't wear batting gloves a lot of the time, or because I've seen you, bare hand the bat, kind of old school? Like, what? Why so much pine tar?
It's kind of a look, but two, you got to get as much sticky stuff on that like surface because you might get blown up on the hands. You got to have something to, try to get the ball on the bat. So
Yeah, that might be normal because
yeah,
I've only gotten 3 bats and 2 of them have been from you, so I don't really have a lot to go off of.
But Tyreek does the same thing. I asked him about that one night, and that's
Yeah, so
he
2
told
of the
me
3 bats that I
exact
have are,
same answer.
third one's from Taekwon Forbes.
So. Okay. Earlier we talked about Josh Young on the interview used your running into the pole as one of his favorite moments since he's been a professional player. What's yours since you've been in pro ball?
I thought this past year was super cool. I think I don't have like one specific memory, but I think what was cool about this past year was, well, I have 2 memories. Seeing the camaraderie in like the fall league, like a bunch of guys you don't know, and within 6 days, like everyone's going to each other's house to grill out. Just like the camaraderie was really fun. But during the 2019 season with Hickory, it was really cool to see everyone start to pull together, pull for each other, and then play in the playoffs, and then that like final series was definitely stuff like I'll take with me.
Yeah, I gotta say one of my favorite memories of that season, with sitting right behind the home team dugout was, before every game the Jose chant and the clapping that they did. Yeah.
That really shows that the team's together.
Yeah. That's one of the things that like kind of tied that team together. We had some crazy stuff, some antics going on in the dugout, but it probably, like it benefited us, so that was fun.
So I have a question about one specific night that I just want to ask if you remember. Jeremy's already laughing because he already knows what this is. So there was a Saturday game, and you were part of the autograph session after the game, and we had a cookout tailgate before the game. And it was a very fun game. It was great.
It was.
And I was hanging out with Jeremy all day, and I think he had about 15 beers.
I didn't have that many.
Jennifer's in here to see your reaction.
It was. He says it's not that many, but trust me, it was that many. Anyway, after the game, I was behind him in line. He comes through, gets his autograph, moves on. I get to you, and then you say, is Jeremy driving home tonight, or what's his deal? Is he okay? I want to know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember it. I don't remember it as good as I should have, but I was making sure
I don't either.
had a ride home. If you didn't have a ride home, I was going to offer to give him one, so I was making sure he's taken care of.
I appreciate you looking out for me, Matt. But believe it or not, we ran into someone after that who was way worse than I was. And she was driving.
Yeah, she almost... Quick story, short story, we'll just say it real quick. We were, me, Jeremy, and Jordan, a few other people that we all go to games with, were standing in the parking lot, and this woman comes down, and she says her car was stuck in a ditch. So we go up the hill to the other parking lot, and she's not just in the ditch. Like, her front wheels are all the way at the bottom of it. So she's completely in the ditch.
Yeah.
And like a 95, like Ford something. Like, it was a car you don't want to be in a ditch.
We probably could have just walked up to the back bumper and just easily flipped it the rest of the way over.
Anyway,
long ways.
So she got in the car and we all pushed, and she put it in reverse as far as she could, and she backs straight up in a straight line and comes 3 inches from slamming right into our friend Adrian's car. And
we're all yelling.
Like, whoa, you're good. And she would not stop. And then she peeled out of the parking lot at like 45 miles an hour.
And she almost ran over Heidi.
Yeah, almost ran. So Jeremy wasn't even the worst one that night.
And remember, she tried to go from that parking lot to the next. And there's a little cut through in between some trees, because one of them's a grass parking lot, and then you go to the paved parking lot. Well, it's a good thing those were young trees and not very big, because she ran over like 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that night, Jeremy wasn't even the worst. So good looking out.
Ooh. Yeah. If I'd have been that bad,
Jeremy.
wow. It was a fun night though. Yeah. Hey, I actually did a video that night.
Yes.
I did my road trip home. I did a video of the LP Friends.
Cheap plug for his channel.
We'll have to go on and look. I'll have to go back and look at that video.
Yeah, look up Conrads
Cowbells. Conrads Cowbells, a road trip home.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, and I actually won a contest that night, drinking beer.
I was in that contest. I remember it was me, Jeremy, and some other guy.
Some random guy.
And the challenge was to eat a hot dog and drink the beer as fast as you could. So the challenge started, and I was just like, hey, free beer. I just casually sipped on it, took a bite of the hot dog, was like, well, I'll lose, and walked off. And then he won.
Yeah, I'm over there like thinking back to 4th of July, watching the hot dog eating contest on TV. I'm like, eat the hot dog. Yeah. Dip the bun in, eat it, and gone.
So have you ever won a hot dog eating contest, Matt Whatley?
Maybe not an official one. Maybe maybe at a friend's house when I was younger. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that you eat a lot when you go over to a certain person's house.
I've heard that too.
And crash on their couch and all that.
Grab blankets and
and dogs.
Candy makes the best home cooked meals, and she'll make some sweets, and I'll go over there, eat some full, and I go to the couch and out I go.
Hi, Candy.
It was the best off though.
Hi, Candy.
Yeah,
John.
Hi, Candy. It was the best.
Yeah, I tell you, she and Candy really liked you a lot, man. Yeah, so did John. Yeah, they both really love you a lot.
They were the best host family. I'll miss them, and hopefully I'll see them soon.
Oh, you will, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to follow you around. I mean,
the rest of your life.
So for us,
we'll follow you. Yeah. Look out, we'll be followed.
That's kind of creepy.
That was the point of the joke.
But which brings me to a comment that another friend of mine who fortunately or unfortunately didn't get to go to many games last year. He just wants me to pass along to you that you have a lot of fans here in Hickory pulling for you, and will be following you your whole career.
Well, I appreciate that. My time in Hickory was awesome. You guys made it awesome. The fans made it awesome. So I'll forever be thankful for my 2019 season with Hickory Crawdads.
Yeah, what's up with all the stolen bases last year as a catcher?
Yeah, catchers aren't supposed to.
Yeah, you're not supposed to run that fast, guy.
Well, I wasn't hitting in April, so I had to do something else.
Well, I remember at one
I don't know
time.
where it stemmed from.
Yeah, my tablet's dead, so I can't look up the
Yeah.
stats like I looked at everybody else's. But how many stolen? Do you remember how many stolen bases you had?
Yeah, I had 29. 29, then I got my 30th in the fall league. I stole one there.
There you go.
Were you the one that Tim thought you were mad at him, and then you started hitting better, and then Tim was like, "Go ahead and do your thing"? Was that you?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think that was you.
Oh, yeah. I was
Hey, you misunderstanding Tim for like 1 second got you out of a slump. So you're welcome.
I think me and Tim had a heart-to-heart after that.
Yeah.
We gave her something.
We'll come to Jesus meeting, and then
For people who haven't seen you play, I mean, you play. I love watching you play. I mean, you play
passion.
with so much fire,
Passion.
intensity, passion. And when you mess up, you're pissed. You know, and I've seen you. You know, you miss a throwdown. You know, someone steals on you. If you
Didn't happen.
bobble the ball, if you know what you've done wrong, whenever you're throwing down as the warm-ups in the next inning, you will do what you messed up on just to make that right. And that's awesome. And like I said, when you get pissed and we try to cheer you up, I remember the game that they're talking about. Tim said something, and the umpires sucked as always. And I think Tim said, "Don't worry, Matt. We know he sucks." And you looked at him and said something, and that's when he's like, "Oh my God, I think I just pissed him off." Like, no, he was already pissed. You know.
the next day you hit
But
two
yeah,
home
that
runs.
and you went off the next day. But you know, we understand that that's the fire in you, and nobody was mad at you for being mad at anybody. But yeah, you are flipping awesome. I love watching you play, and man, I can't wait to see you play on this TV right here one day.
Does that come from being a
I
lifelong
hope
fan?
so.
Does that come from being a
What's that,
lifelong
Ethan?
fan? I'm
Your
sorry.
passion for the sport. Does
Yeah.
that come from being a lifelong fan of baseball, or just since you've been a player?
I think that's something I'm trying to confine. It's okay to play with that fire and passion, but you got to pick and choose your spots to get upset. Because you can't not get upset when you play for so long.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's just from being hard on myself. Expecting to be be better. To expect perfection. But yeah, I definitely play with that fire and passion, but got to kind of confine it to a little bit smaller outbursts. Instead of
So how far does that
stand or doing something dumb.
It's a learning process, man. That's what the minors are for.
How far does that go
Right.
back? High school, little league,
Probably-
t-ball.
Since I could.
Probably the
Since
hospital and the
Since you
delivery
could
room.
start getting out in baseball, that's when I was upset with myself. I think after T-ball, when everyone hits around,
Yeah.
and then you could actually get out, I was just pretty upset.
Well, going back
So
with you being young, who did you look up to as a kid, and who was your favorite teams growing up?
So actually, growing up, my favorite team. So being in Oklahoma, I rooted for Texas,
Hey.
but I was a big St. Louis fan. So I love Yadier Molina.
he's awesome.
No, one of the best
I
ever.
love Pudge. I've got to meet him a couple times being in spring training.
The best
Nice.
catcher ever,
Yeah.
I'd say. In my opinion.
So
No, we're talking to the best one ever.
The best current. You're the best current. And then you'll be better than him eventually.
yeah, but those two are the ones I really look up to. So
Cool.
Awesome. I have a hard-hitting question.
Go ahead.
What's your favorite baseball movie?
There's only one right answer.
Yeah, I know there's so many. I like Bull Durham. That's probably my favorite.
Good movie. Alan
Good
doesn't.
movie. Yeah, that's probably number 2 for me. But
Mine's Major League.
Alan said Kevin
Major
Costner's
League. I
not
was
in it enough.
gonna say Bull Durham and then Major League.
Yeah. This guy over here says that he doesn't like Bull Durham because Kevin Costner's not in it enough.
Look, I wake up at 4:30 every morning, and I work, and I come home, and I'm doing good to stay awake right now. So I probably watched it on one of those days, and I was just out of it. I'm going to watch it again. I know I keep saying it, but I'm going to. I'll watch it tomorrow when I got some
have to.
rest.
There you
And
go.
we'll get an official review
have
on the
to.
next show.
Wow.
Some great one-liners in that movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there is. I mean,
I love it.
I've seen the one. I mean, I know those, but I'm just...
Who's going to play?
Like you knew it was coming.
Who's going to be the lead actor in the Matt Whatley story? One of
That's a
these
good
days.
question. I like that.
Well, I don't know. Probably some up-and-coming, hopefully, TV star, because all the actors right now would be old.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Unless they're a child star.
Yeah. And who
Now,
can look at a child actor and be
yeah.
like, he's going to look like Matt Whatley in 15 years? I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
And you were excited to come on the show. Look at these kind of questions.
you're real journalists.
We've kind of let you down a little bit here. I had more questions, but I don't know what happened to them. And I'm trying to remember what they were.
Ask them.
I'm
I
trying.
gotta write them down.
We don't prepare
I did.
nothing on
I
the
couldn't
show.
find the paper.
What do you think we are, journalists? I mean, I will be, but what do you think these guys are?
I'm just
I'm the one that gives you the thumbs down on all your videos.
That's right, he is.
Just for
Oh, come
giggles.
on.
So, but let's see. What do you think about your Bowman card? Since we like to ask everybody about their baseball cards. How does it feel having a baseball card? Did you collect cards when you were a kid?
You know, I collected football cards. I didn't collect baseball cards. I collected football cards. So it's awesome to be on a card. Hopefully get a deal, get some more cards in the future, but it's definitely a pretty cool thing, have your own card. I think I have my first one framed in my parents' house, so it's definitely cool. It's definitely like something you never thought would happen, growing up, but you do now. So
You're a football guy as a kid? Or still are? Big football fan? I'm dying to make this transition.
Yeah, I'm a fan of sports. I just collected like football cards. That was a thing me and my friends did. But I think I'm just a sports fan. I don't really. Sounds crazy. When I'm away from the field, I try to get away from baseball and sports because it just kind of gives me something. I feel like my mind's always spinning. So try to enjoy what's going on around me. So
yeah. So in that time away from sports, is there like a hobby? Like I know, a lot of guys like to hunt and fish and stuff like that, and a lot of guys like video games and you got any kind of hobbies that just take your mind off everything?
Yeah. So in the off season, I hunt. I just started kind of fishing during the quarantine, and then I haven't played golf in like 5 years, and I played the other day. And I was like, it's probably a good time to go get some golf clubs. So I'll probably start trying to do that. Yes. Instead of playing once every 5 years, probably play once every 6 months. So
He goes to play golf to get his mind off sports. Because golf is really not a sport.
Ooh.
it's just nice to be out there. It's just nice to be out there.
Debate club time.
Because a fat guy like John Daly can go out there and crush the ball. So you really ain't got to be in shape. So,
I'll admit what the reason why I asked you about football was just to try to make a cheap plug for Lenore Ryan. I don't know if you watched the draft, but the Patriots signed.
Yeah, they had someone drafted.
That's right, Kyle Duggar to the Patriots. Not the team
awesome.
I would have loved him to go to, but can't be picky with that.
Hey, I'll put my money on Bill Belichick. I bet they still find a way to win.
Yep.
I bet so.
Oh yeah, videotaping other teams' practices.
As long as they got something to poke a ball and let the air out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, speaking of sports teams cheating, did you know there was a baseball team that did that a few years ago?
No.
Oh, yeah, I think they were called the Assholes or something like that.
Yeah,
Astro.
that other team in Texas.
That other team in Texas? Yeah. So what do you think about that?
It's tough. Baseball is hard enough as it is. It's tough. It takes away from the integrity of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's really all I got. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. Well, I will ask one other question about it. Before all this, this quarantine, a lot of Oh well, a lot of guys in the majors, during the I guess not really the major, but during the spring training games, were throwing at the Astros. When baseball does come back, do you think that will continue, or you think that'll just kind of be forgotten about, or?
I definitely don't think it'll be forgotten about. Do I think it's right? I don't know. I think the game will take care of itself. Hopefully no one gets hurt. If anything does transpire. But
I just think you guys are going to...
But people won't forget. I'll leave it at that.
I think you guys are just going to be happy to get back out there on the field, and the past is going to be the past. Like you said, it's not going to be forgotten, but baseball will be back. I mean, hell, NASCAR starts on the 17th.
Hell yeah, it does.
So here in Charlotte.
They're actually going to race again?
Yeah.
They haven't done that in years.
Yeah, for real. True.
With no fans in the crowd, don't make the obvious.
But yeah, NASCAR is starting back up. So once baseball gets back and up and going, people are just going to be happy that they can get the hell out of the house and go back to their second home.
It'll be a big, deep breath for everybody. It'll be, everyone will be happy.
And hopefully we won't take stuff for granted anymore, like friends, and I started to take for granted the fact that I had friends that are professional baseball players. When I first started going to Crawdads games, I didn't know anybody. And then, a year, 2, 3 years passed, and all of a sudden I'm going to more and more games, and I'm friends with Yanio, I'm friends with you, I'm friends with Advocate, and then I'm like, wow, I actually know these guys. They're down-to-earth, genuine people just like me, and we can talk and have conversations. And now all of a sudden that we're not seeing these people that often, it reminds me, hey, still need to be thankful for that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, the quarantine's been good. It makes you realize, what you miss, obviously we miss baseball, but it's also a good time to enjoy, I didn't think I'd be getting all this time with my new wife, with Brittany.
But let's ask her what she really thinks
your
about
time
that.
with your family, all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I miss being able to actually go to church. I'm not trying to get religious and everything here on the podcast.
No, that's fine. No, it's tough.
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt, but I love being home in the off season because you're able to go to church and have your Sunday mornings, your Sunday lunch. I enjoy those days. During the season, you don't really get to do that because you're so busy. Thank goodness we do have, our 20-minute chapel sessions. But yeah, it's definitely different watching church online, in your living room, in your pajamas. So.
Yeah. Speaking of going forward in baseball,
just since we've brought this to a grinding
halt.
Sorry.
We started talking about things we take for granted, but
I miss the mall and stores.
Yeah, I miss the mall too. I've missed it since about 1993.
I'm just saying, I want to go. I want to go walk around and shop at places.
You can go to Target.
That's not. I meant
I just miss sitting down inside of a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, I miss going into a restaurant. Being able to sit down and
salsa.
eat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you get it to go, but then when you're done with those, there's no refill.
But I've noticed that at a lot of restaurants now, you obviously can't eat in the restaurant, but a lot of people are just getting it and sitting in their cars and eating in the parking lot.
Texas Roadhouse is still packed every day.
Truck drivers.
No, it's just regular cars. I mean, people are just at Texas Roadhouse. I need to open my own Texas Roadhouse.
Did you not see the video on Facebook with them feeding truck drivers? That's what's gotten them so popular right now, is everybody saw that they were, truck drivers have a hard time going through a drive-thru because they literally won't fit. And you can't walk through a drive-through.
Right.
It's not they don't think it consider it safe. But Texas Roadhouse was giving truck drivers free meals. So everybody's going to Texas Roadhouse to kind of repay them for doing a good deed.
Hey, can I introduce you guys to my friend Matt Whatley?
Sorry.
All good.
The question I have is
in a roundabout way.
It's a baseball question.
Ooh,
kind of weird.
Yeah,
but
you play that.
Where do you think you'll be this season or the next time you play baseball? Where do you think you'll be?
I have no idea. I thought I had a good run, in the fall league. I played well.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of, play where I'm supposed to, play the hand you're dealt. I don't control that. I don't control where I go or how I move. Just I control how I go out there and play every day. So we'll see where I start and where I end up, So
part of me wants to see you playing in down east, but another part of me wants to see you go on to Frisco.
I want you to go to Frisco for this reason.
Wild pitch.
I need an excuse to go back to Frisco because I love that city and that stadium.
And wild
Frisco would
pitch.
be nice. It's only like a 3-hour drive from my hometown. So
I can give
that would be nice.
I can give you a great restaurant recommendation in Frisco, Texas. Wild Pitch. Go there on Fridays. It's been
Pitch?
Yeah, Wild Pitch in Frisco, Texas.
It's literally
Maybe
a block away from the stadium.
Don't take Brittany, though. You might not want to do that.
I took Jennifer.
Didn't get me in trouble.
This place,
on a Friday. Well, I think any night you go.
Yeah, but
did you ever go to Iron Thunder here?
No.
Okay, well, if you go on a Friday, how do I put this not delicately? These
It's
girls,
lingerie Friday. There.
These girls These girls make Hooters girls look like nuns. That's what I say.
Going, Ethan. Let's be honest.
I enjoyed it, and the thing is,
He's a young single college kid.
People will be like, so they got hot girls in lingerie serving you the food. That must mean the food's not good because that's why people are going. No, the food's good too. So
maybe I'll order takeout. Or something. But I won't go in there.
Okay, all right. Hey, brisket tacos. That's my recommendation. When you get there.
Did they pay you for that plug?
Yes, they did. I'm sponsored by Wild Pitch, and I'm sponsored by Busch Light, the cheapest beer at the gas station.
Really, you're going to say that? What about Bold Rock?
Yeah, they're good too.
Yeah. I like to ask this question to a lot of the guys that's not from North Carolina, but when you were here, did you have any Sundrop or Cheer wine?
I had Sundrop at the Mashburn's house. I have some Sundrop out there.
What are you doing?
I'm checking to see.
No, was it Mellow Yellow?
It's
I
the
feel
same.
like I had Sundrop. I feel like I had it, but
Could have been either one.
It's the same thing, but Sundrop's better.
Sundrop's way better in my opinion. But anyway, my grandfather loved Mellow Yellow.
Call me Mellow.
I probably have though.
Okay.
I said the beer thing so I could transition to my question that I ask everybody.
Oh, jeez.
And it doesn't have. I'm not going to mention that because he wasn't there. I'm just going to ask the actual question that goes with it. What is the most random or weird thing that someone has asked you to autograph?
Oh my gosh.
Most of them say body parts.
So in 2018, I started the season with. Before I got sick, I started the season with down east, and we were at a school. And kids were having me sign their arms with Sharpie, and I was like, I don't know if I should do that. They were like, no, sign it. It's like, okay, that's fine. So I was signing kids' arms. It was ridiculous.
That's the third arm. People love getting arms signed.
Yeah, we've had arms and phones and
heads, foreheads.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a bachelorette party come through last year, and we were signing their arms and stuff. And
that could have been worse.
They were a few drinks. Gone. So we were like signing their arms and stuff. That was interesting.
What do you mean by and stuff? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
No, it was just arms. I promise. We were like, "Are you sure?" And they were like, "Yeah, sign our arms." Like, all right.
Wow.
Arm.
So did you sign the bride's arm?
I think so. I don't know. That was it was a while ago.
It was imagining.
It might have been the same. It might have been the same night.
Wow.
You were gone, yeah.
Well, you were gone.
I'm just imagining that wedding the next day, like sitting there looking at the bridal party, and like every one of them's got autographs on their arms.
It was.
This bridal party is
strange.
property of Matthew Whatley. Because you're going to use your full name.
I just scribbled on them and let them go. I was like, "You guys just Just keep the line going. Here we
Just a
go.
little MW.
I think I remember seeing them there
No,
that
you
night.
don't.
I think I do, really. But anyway, I might not.
Yeah, you know who we have seen at a lot of games in Down East? A witch that wants to kill us all.
Oh yeah, crazy lady.
If you go there, you'll know what we're
Souls.
talking about. But we
No,
won't.
it wasn't a lady. It was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a kid. It's just
there's
like
a kid
straight
there
out of a
that
Stephen King movie.
gave us the death stare for the whole game. Actually, like every time we turn around, kid be staring at us.
That's great.
Yeah.
What's the best ballpark you've ever played in?
And why is it Hickory?
You know, the best ballpark I played at. I've been in some I don't know. God, that's hard. I've
Hard-hitting.
done some stuff in Fenway.
Wow.
I've done some stuff in the old Texas Stadium. I've been in Kauffman Stadium.
Kaufman's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. Trying to think. The coolest minor league stadium would probably be Greenville with like the big wall
That is a nice
and left
stadium.
field and all that kind of stuff. So that's a fun place to be at. So
Yeah. I love going to games there.
I would ask the worst one.
just watch out for the poles and dugout there in Greenville.
We would ask the worst, but we all know what the worst
Yeah,
is.
Kannapolis.
But it's gone now.
That place was, oh my gosh, it's like hitting with your eyes closed. Well,
It was a lot of nights. It was like a Crawdads home game.
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know if
you guys travel well over there.
I don't know if
We
you
always had a
noticed
bunch
this, but there's no fans ever in Kannapolis. Like the away team, if it's a close away team, they will outdraw.
Yeah, well, hopefully now with them being a little more downtown, they'll draw a little bit better.
I think at least for the first year or two.
You like the name change?
Yeah. What is it? The Boll Weevils? Is that what
No,
it is?
it's the Cannonballers.
That's what
Yeah.
they were. The Boll Weevils. Now they were the
Yeah.
Intimidators. Now they're the Cannonballs. Yeah. No, that's fun.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Their mascot. The whole reason they changed is they had to get rid of the Intimidators name
Allegedly.
because of Dale Earnhardt and all that.
Right.
Because of Teresa Earnhardt, let's be honest.
There's a fairly famous picture of Dale Earnhardt sitting in his car at Darlington, I believe it was, with his open face helmet, his goggles, and his big, that famous Dale Earnhardt mustache.
You should work on a mustache.
And
like
then
that, by the way.
then you look at the Cannonballers' new mascot, and he's got an open face helmet, goggles, and that big push broom mustache.
Well, they're trying to keep. They're trying to keep it.
Oh, I think
similar,
it's great.
I mean, that thing's been there. That team's been there for a while, so might as well try to keep like some of it.
Oh, yeah.
I remember my first Intimidators hat I ever bought was when I was in the Army at Fort Carson, Colorado. There was the Sky Sox, the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. I don't remember what affiliate it was back then. It was like in 2001 or 2.
I would venture to say the Rockies.
No. No. I don't think it
Or
was.
the White Sox because there's
Probably
Sox in the
White
name.
Sox.
Yeah. And going in their team store.
Yeah, because when I play on the show,
they had a pretty decent sized team store. They had all kinds of different hats, all kind of different teams and stuff. And they had the Intimidators hat, and then they had a sign under it, owned by Dale Earnhardt, like you didn't already know. But yeah, that was I bought my first Kannapolis Intimidators hat in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
That's funny.
Yeah. Figured I'd throw that one out there.
Hey, before we keep going,
That is pretty
thank you
funny.
for your service.
Oh, not a problem, man. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
we might
I
have to.
appreciate it.
He really would.
Yeah, I've kind of thought about starting my own organization to help out service members and stuff. So it's kind of in the
Right,
planning
I know you
stages.
do like a home run foundation. Pick out a player and do a home run thing.
Yeah,
right?
that's for the Red organization.
Yeah, and I was the one that chose Sam Huff, and geez, my wallet was not appreciative of that, but it was for a good
Yeah, he
cause.
was barking at you.
Yeah. It's like every other day there for a while.
Yeah. But I gladly ponied up the money for that.
15 homers,
Yeah.
30 games. It was it?
It was crazy.
And going back on my time hop, I just see videos of Huff home runs, and I'm like, yo, those were the days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember back when baseball?
Yeah,
was
that's
happening?
exactly it. Remember when we had baseball?
Baseball?
It won't be too much longer though. We're getting close.
No, well, it'll be. I think I'm hoping within the next month we'll start. Some baseball activity will be going.
Yeah, like back into spring training. I guess we call it summer training by then.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Quarantine training.
yeah.
COVID-19 training.
Yeah.
He said it.
Oh no, we're gonna get demonetized
no.
on YouTube now.
They're going to take away that money we don't make.
You said a no word. That's on the.
Sorry.
Supposedly,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to say that word.
We don't.
We don't get
care.
monetized on YouTube anyway, so it doesn't matter to us.
But yeah,
We just do this for the benefit of our legions of fans.
what do you think spring training will look like when they come back? You think it'll be any different, or just pick up?
It'll be hotter.
Well, yeah, definitely in
For
Arizona.
sure.
And what do you think about
You
the
know, I don't
possible
know.
three-team?
It'll be
Wait for that.
it'll be different, as in the fact of like we'll have to the rules. We'll have to follow the rules of
Social distancing.
the safety measures. There probably won't. It'll be super empty. It'll be dead because probably fans won't be able to be out there just yet.
Well, that's
So,
going to suck for the
those
mound
are the two
visits.
things.
What?
It's going to suck for the mound visits. You're going to have to yell at each other 6 feet away from when you're at the mound. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just give me an earpiece and I'll talk to them from behind the plate.
There you
Yeah,
go.
just do a bunch of
There you go.
signs like managers do.
Yeah, just get the earpieces and be like the Astros.
Yeah. Bang on a trash can, do what you need to do.
You guys,
Hang on a trash can.
They were ahead of the curve, all right? They were doing that to stay socially distant. You bang on a
Yeah.
trash can, you don't got to walk up and tell them to play.
There you go.
Yeah, the Astros are visionaries. They were ahead of all this.
They were something.
oh goodness.
Wow.
Anybody else got any more questions?
I think we're coming on
I think-
almost the hour mark.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, we've
Yeah.
had this has been a really good interview. And we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. Do you want to ask him about
Well, I got one more question.
the picture?
I don't know. Guess why I had to ask.
Okay.
I got one last question so we don't just leave it on a lull. And that is, what do you think about the possible Major League decision to go with 3 divisions and keep it kind of central in 3 different areas? That's the thing I've been seeing them talk about.
Is this for when we start up again?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it would
when
be
the Major League starts up.
Arizona, Texas, and Florida. And there'd be like
It's like a
3 10-team
East, West, and
divisions
Central.
that all kind of play at neutral sites.
I could care less as long as baseball's back.
Thank you.
Let's
Exactly.
just freaking play.
Agreed.
Yeah. And I will say this: hopefully if they do it without fans, hopefully they will at least televise it.
I think they said they would televise. There would not be any blackouts.
Okay, good.
And someone commented, well, why do you even do that now? Which is the truth.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
But
I wish they wouldn't black out stuff because, I think it helps with fan involvement. Because the more fans get to see a team play, they might want to go see a prospect play than be able to see them on
exactly.
TV. So
yeah. Which,
hopefully, they can figure that one out.
Well, we don't want to see you again
we do want to see you again, but we don't.
in Hickory.
That's the
We
kind
want to
of
see you
thing.
move
on the
on.
line.
Yeah,
The
You
complicated
know what we're saying.
relationship that
But
minor
if-
league fans have.
But if for some reason, you're here and they say that we can't come to the games, but y'all can play,
Look up on the hill.
look up on the hill.
Look up on the hill.
Above
We will be
the right field wall.
I
We'll
will
be
do
there.
that. You just holler out.
Oh,
and
you'll
we'll
be
make
able to hear
sure
us, don't worry.
Holler back.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll definitely
I
hear
will
us.
lift my truck and park behind the fence and watch from there.
We'll make the scaffolding
awesome.
like we used to do in the races when we sit in the
Yeah,
infield.
in the infield, yeah.
Yeah.
Get up on some scaffolding.
Yeah. Gotta do what you can.
Be out there with some binoculars.
Oh yeah.
So we will, one way or another, find a way to watch you play whenever we can.
Yeah,
That sounds good. Well, let us know when you're there. And I'll make
you'll
sure
know.
to take care of you.
Oh, we definitely will. And like we like to say to all of our former crawdads, once a crawdad, always a crawdad, man.
Always a crawdad.
You
That's
will
right.
you will always have fans here in Hickory.
You'll always have family here.
Yeah, you always have family.
Yeah.
Well, Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, it was a great year. Hopefully I won't be back.
Yeah.
But, I enjoy my time, and I thank you guys for being there as much as you were and making it feel like, like home for all of us. So
We'll definitely see you down east. If you go there, and we'll definitely be in Nashville for AAA. So we might show up in Texas, but don't hold your breath. But definitely Nashville.
Well, if it's with the Rangers, we'll show up.
And definitely Arlington. So. But thank you so much for coming on, Matt.
Thank you very much.
I've got a question from a fan. I can't remember his name, but he made a picture of you. You've probably seen me post it on Facebook. He wanted to know what your thoughts were, and I'll send it to you. And he has a printing plate, and he wants to send it to you for you to sign. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I'll send my address to whoever, and I'll sign it and get it back.
Cool.
Awesome.
No problem at all.
Thank you again, Matt, and we miss you, and we hope to see you soon.
Thanks for the bats.
No problem. No problem. You guys take care, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.
Sounds good.
All right.
Man.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Okay. See you guys.
Thanks,
See ya.
Peace. Yeah, that was almost right at an hour.
Sweet.
All right.
It was a little less, like maybe 5 minutes less.
So we probably don't need to record a opening because I kind of did one on the fly. So
It's fine. But if you like, share, subscribe, all that good crap. So, especially to the Dirty
we're live
Balls.
Conrads Cowbells
Ethan
on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
and we have now come
Check out the
portion of the podcast.
Moose Candles.
Yes, Moose Candle. Like Moose Candle Company on Instagram and on Facebook.
Shout out to Bill Belichick's dog, and shout out to Kyle Duggar.
Yeah, shout out to Kyle Duggar, but the Patriots can go take a flying leap.
Yeah, I know that's you censored yourself there. That's fine.
But again, thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Let us know. And if there's anything that we can do different that you think should be better,
Let us know.
let us know. So, take it easy.
Peace.